This one's for tomorrow's NASCAR Xfinity Series Drive for Safety 300. We are joined by Justin Allgaier, the driver of the number 7 Let's Talk Food.com Chevrolet. This will be Justin's 200th start here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and it's happening at your home track, Justin, as you hail from Riverton, Illinois. You also have a win here at Chicagoland, but on top of that, you're running a special paint scheme for the race that's part of a partnership between Brandt, Winfield, and the U.S. Farmers and Ranchers Alliance called Let's Talk Food. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that program and the paint scheme?
Well, first of all, to kind of comment on the 200 starts, obviously not a cooler place to be able to have your 200 start than at your home racetrack. And not only is it my home racetrack, but it's Brandt's home track. And as you said, we got the win here a couple of years ago. This is the side of my first Sprint Cup Series start. So a lot of really cool things here at Chicagoland Speedway. And I think that was the perfect place to kind of introduce the Let's Talk Food.com initiative. As you mentioned, a kind of a combination between Brandt and Winfield and the Farmers and Ranchers Alliance, and so to have Let's Talk Food.com on the car, on my car, to also have it on Dakota Armstrong's car is really, really cool. And basically, as you guys have walked in, you've seen all the signage and all the things that are going on. And on our schedule, we've got a lot of really cool initiatives here this weekend at the racetrack. But basically, Let's Talk Food.com is trying to educate the public on what goes on, how your food gets to your table, from the farmer's hands that touch it, from the production of all the products that go into the ground, all the way up to how you get to to be able to eat the food that we have, and also to the nutrient content and the sustainability of how much food that we have in our society. And so it's really cool for me being part of the agriculture industry and seeing the struggles that the ag industry has in really portraying what they do and how they help our society. It's something that for me is really cool to be able to be a part of and have it on the race car this weekend.
Awesome, thank you. And we will open up to questions for Justin. Please raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic to you. Over to Zach.
Zach Albert, NASCAR.com. Justin, not to get too far ahead here, but have you given thought to the chase and how the rounds will be, it will work out, and any strategies that you kind of have going in as you turn toward the postseason?
Well, for me, I've been fortunate enough the last few years to be on the Cup side and to watch the chase, not necessarily be a part of it, but to watch it. I don't know that's helped me as much as I would like for it to. I think Kevin Harvick said it. It could have been any of the chase guys this year, but I think it was Kevin Harvick that said that the only way to really know how to be prepared for the chase is to expect the unexpected. And I think for the Xfinity Series, it's really the same way. I mean, our dynamic of a series is a lot different than the Sprint Cup Series. Our races are different. We start at Kentucky. We kick out Talladega and Martinsville, two racetracks that the Cup guys really circle on their schedule as being the difference makers. So there's a lot of things on our schedule that are so much different that I think we really have to, from our standpoint, we have to attack early. Early in the each round, and then try and conserve at the end of the rounds, and you always want to play defense. You never want to be on offense, you always want to play offense. You never want to be on defense. But at the same time, if you can get to that final round and have a good cushion, then obviously it helps your day a lot. So that's kind of the goal. And then once you get to Homestead, it's every hand on deck, every option you got, go out there and try to win the race. And the last couple of years in the Sprint Cup Series, it's come down to winning the race, and I think that it's going to be the same way this year for the Xfinity race in Homestead.
Brian Eberle, RubbinsRacing.com. Justin, you came back to the Xfinity Series this year, and you've already set career best for you in top 5s and top 10s with still 8 races left. Do you kind of feel like taking that step down from the Cup level back to Xfinity has really been a step forward in your career?
It's been a step forward in a lot of ways, and just in life in general. For me, I love the opportunity to go to the Cup Series. It was great. We had our challenges. It's not without showing it. We had our challenges, but at the same time, I look at my 2 years in the Sprint Cup Series and say I learned a lot. Not all the things that you want to learn, and not the way that you want to learn sometimes, but I learned a lot. And so to be able to come back and have an opportunity, and to have a company like Brandt come back with me, and to come here and to be with a great race team. I mean, the folks at Junior Motorsports have just been absolutely awesome to be around, to work with. And so, yeah, I think it's been great. But on the flip side of that, too, it's made me a better person just me personally. My wife will attest to that. The last 2 years have been really tough on me, on my family, and to be able to get to this point now and just be happy and content with how each week goes, and yeah, we want to win races and we still want to go out and win championships, but at the same time, each and every week we've been a lot closer to doing that, and to feel like we're in the place of running competitively every week. And I think from a driver standpoint and just from a mental standpoint, that's been a really big thing for me.